Okay, hombre, Southwest Sofa back in the
House.
That's it.
Although you did have to give me lots of cues for that.
A
So.
little bit cute. I'm just waiting for a few.
Absolutely nothing.
No,
like I'm just scum.
No,
lips are sealed.
Not one
Almost.
side pistol or.
None.
It's more.
So I mean, to be honest, so I've never seen this film.
Yep.
And worryingly, and please everyone excuse me, I hadn't even heard of it. I don't think. So yeah. So I think
Apparently,
like
Christmas. Apparently, someone's telling me it comes on at Christmas quite a lot. So it's more of a
okay.
yo 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 rather than a ho. More of a ho ho ho
yeah.
rather than a yo 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 yo.
Nice.
Yeah.
Although that could be gangster as well, though, couldn't it? So.
Yes, but yeah, I don't think I've ever seen this either.
Yeah.
I mean, apparently it's been used to be on TV at Christmas time, so 88, so it's AED, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't know. I don't see why I wouldn't have seen it. I just want to. What's it, The Adventures of Baron von Munchausen or something?
Baron Munchausen. Yeah.
Yeah. I just wonder if the idea of it. Just whenever I saw it, maybe I'd tell you I thought it was something else and thought, oh, that's a Super Kids film or something, or I don't know.
It
seems weird.
I don't even know it, but it's got people in it. I think. I mean, just we've got the thing going on at the moment. Just the
trailers.
So
there's no spoilers to be had.
No, not at all.
Actually, before we get going, dude, just hold your horses.
Okay.
I thought. Since we're on the Christmas special.
Oh,
it's Christmas special. I thought I'd give you a gift, but I thought I'd do it on tape because you got.
So then people the evidence that I've actually received it. Yeah,
I'm
happy for that.
You got a bit of previous.
Happy for that. So I don't think I do have previous. I think it's more that you just haven't been able to give stuff or anything there, and then trying to accuse people.
So this transaction is very transparent, right? We're going to have like some witnesses here.
Fair enough, man.
So in next year, I say, how do you get on with the?
Oh, don't know what you're talking about.
Say, well, what are you talking about? I say, right, let's roll it back to Baron von Munchausen.
Everyone go onto my dark eBay account and see that I sold it.
There you go, hombre. Go on and open up.
No.
It's not a Christmas present.
Really?
It's an inaugural. It's a sort of end of session gift.
I didn't get you anything.
Yeah,
apart from
well,
like loads of snacks and stuff. Massive thing of popcorn.
Your gift will be not losing this one, right?
So look.
There we go.
Clydesdale 2025 calendar. Thank you very much, man.
Do you have it already?
I know what Clydesdales are. Everyone knows what Clydesdales are.
So yeah, 2025 Clydesdale calendar.
Nice.
Look at that beauty on the front.
It is a beauty as well. We can put down what films we're watching and how many Clydesdales were in it,
and we can put stars on it. Yeah. See the hooves, man.
Yeah, no, I get it now. I wouldn't have got it like before or anything, man.
Right, dude. You put that pride in place, man.
I will.
You wouldn't believe it.
Yeah.
I was, at one point I thought I'm going to have to make my own calendar, and then
you've obviously gone to a lot of calendar specialist shops.
Well, I said to Sue, what I need is a Clydesdale calendar, and I said I looked about 3 or 4 months ago. It was nothing.
Yeah.
I said there must be one. I said there isn't, and she typed it in. There it was, Clydesdale 2025. Yes.
I don't think it's the one that I've put
out. Well, you're not very good at Clydesdale, so maybe you just got like stallions direct.
That they were a type of horse. No one even knows. No one even knows.
Everyone knows. You know now. By the time you get to December, you'll be
know all the different ones.
Yeah. Well, actually, that's a special kind of one.
Good. I look forward
to
that.
That's a Norwegian.
Hopefully, it's always got like little things on it as well, just facts. Descriptions and facts and stuff.
I hope so. All right. Okay. So, should we get into the film proper?
So just
yeah. So any more intro?
I'm just wondering if this is going to be Time Bandits Revisited. Oh, that was rubbish. Give it 2.1.
I didn't give it
because I can't even take my mind off a thing.
It wasn't 2.1. It was like
2.05.
4.5 or something.
No, it was low. It was low. It was insultingly low. Just saying.
I think as soon as you got below, I think you're like 4 is a 0. So
essentially. So hopefully, are you coming into this open-minded? Or are you going to have your prejudice going on?
You can see this one. This is clearly Monty Python-esque, right? So we should be good.
Yeah? Sure you're happy?
Yeah, actually, to be honest, every time we make an assumption about film, we're completely wrong.
We have been completely, like, totally wrong as well for ones we don't
We're
know.
going to be like in the fetal position crying, like it's so terrifying or something.
I think we think that every time, and then it's not terrifying at all.
No.
Although, obviously, I do scream a lot at most things anyway, so...
A bit of a squealer.
I am a bit of a squealer.
Yeah, I'm definitely a squealer, so there we go. But, okay, man, well, yeah, like I say, no preconceptions at all.
No.
So
Looking forward to it. I like it when we're kind of... obviously, I love it when it's films that I really love and, you know, lots of history with, but these ones that are kind of just challenging us every so often just to kind of...
mix it up.
Let us see different things, so...
Right, unless you want to do it, we're going to pause this bad boy. How do I do this again? I think I know how to do this by now.
You'd have thought so.
Right.
See you guys on the other side.
Okay, hombre, that was...
The Adventures of Baron Munchausen.
You got it.
I did get it, yeah, I did quite well there.
We didn't have a platinum edition or anything?
No, it's Blu-ray.
All right.
That kind of means nothing, does it? So
no, not to me anyway. Okay, well, that was interesting. I've definitely never seen that. Not even like, you know, the bits of it. You know, like I think like films like this, you might come across it just like playing in the background and watch a bit of it. But definitely never seen it.
So, and like we were saying, never even seen it in a video shop or anything. It's a weird one to have kind of escaped us.
Yeah.
I think both of us as well.
Both of us, yeah. So this came out in '88, so it wouldn't have probably been on TV or video till like 1990.
In those days, yeah, definitely.
In those days, so we probably would have been like
Too Cool for School.
Too Cool for School, probably.
Or
a couple of years.
watching Porky's all the time.
What should we pick? What's his Baron Von what? Get Porky's out again. Or you know, something with a barbarian on the front, right? I used to basically pick my films based on the cover and where they had a barbarian on the front.
Yeah, for real.
I still think there's a one out there that I want to see at some point that has like twin barbarian brothers.
Yeah.
I think it might even be.
I think I know you.
I think it might even be called like Barbarians or something anyway.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking that's got to be like twice.
It's got to be the best.
It's got to be good because it's got two barbarians. Okay, well that was certainly an interesting film. A hell of a lot going on. I mean, a lot of
huge amounts,
a lot of scenes.
And again, I think like we said at the beginning, no idea what was going to happen.
Yep.
And I think that whole thing of like Terry Gilliam kind of thinking, oh, it's going to be Monty Python-esque and stuff, and actually, you know, it really wasn't. There was like the one, like you were saying, like maybe one piece that was marginally Monty Python-esque, but the rest of it was just kind of
like Time Bandits was a lot more Monty Python than this, right?
Stop having a go at Time Bandits. All the time, man.
Like,
all the time.
You know John Cleese when he's like punching people in the face or whatever.
That was funny though.
Well, it
wasn't
funny.
John Cleese wasn't doing it. It was the guy that was with him, wasn't it? There was a guy that.
Oh, he had a car. Yeah, he did. Have a henchman who did it. Yeah, that was funny. But actually, there's a lot of it did remind me of Time Bandits, like the cage and the jumping from the scenes, the horse bursting from a wardrobe.
Yeah.
You know,
there was just so much like the moon part with the drawings and the kind of the lines underneath the moon and stuff. The Uma Thurman and Oliver Reed.
Yeah, that was
that
a
last
funny
bit
scene.
Was like the.
I thought that was almost to me the best scene, that bit with Oliver Reed.
We've just had it done. What you think?
So there was a bit of a theme of that, like jealous husband and the wifey fans. He was a bit Flashman-esque, right?
100%. Very, very good.
Actually, Robin Williams was quite funny in that. He was a bit of a surprise. There was actually a lot of cast, wasn't there?
Huge, just a big numbers-wise cast, like just a really kind of
body count, yeah.
People heavy, but then just like big names just coming up all the time.
I don't know if that's the Monty Python connection. They were willing to do it and thought that would,
maybe.
But yeah,
or at that time maybe not quite as big as we think they are now.
Maybe.
So they were willing to do stuff. I don't know. I don't know.
I would almost Oliver Reed would have been.
It's kind of almost his heyday, wasn't it? Really?
Top of his game, but maybe playing that kind of like Sully, I don't know, almost pathetic macho character.
Kind of, yeah, almost like cuckolded, kind of.
Yeah, I did enjoy the fact he was like I'm a giant, and that was a bit Monty Python. Then he lifted him out.
And it's just stood by him like that.
Not so much a giant.
Taller than me.
But yeah, I mean, a lot of cutscenes, a lot of like. I mean, actually, I'd definitely say it's a fantasy film, right? There's a lot of fantasy. It was actually serious. The bits it reminded me of like Neverending Story or Princess Bride. The kid, the jump scenes, and basically it was kind of serious. Apart from like linked up together with like lots of fantastical scenes.
Yeah.
So it wasn't slapstick. It was kind of what did I think it was? It was kind of
almost like a serious comedy, almost, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it was like, I don't know how to describe it. It was, the bits. There was definitely far-fetched bits in it, but it was kind of almost grounded in this sort of elements of being serious. I don't know.
Yeah,
like
I think like we were saying during the film, kind of almost going off of what people thought when they kind of set the film. Mm-hmm. So like you could go to the moon. You know, if you had the right thing, and you know you could create a hot air balloon out of lots of women's knickers and stuff like that, you know. So maybe not nowadays because everyone wears thongs. That'll be a bit more difficult. But
you do that, everyone.
That would be.
What are you wearing now, buddy? I'm a bit worried. But yeah, I mean, I guess the premise of this was, it was a bit never-ending story, and like the fight of fantasy against logic.
Yes,
like,
I mean that was the whole thing. Was at the beginning when he said, you know, this is, you know, I'm against the laws of.
Reason and whatever,
and physics and all the other bits.
Killing me off.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I there's lots of little unique scenes there though. Although I was seeing a lot of similarities in other things, but again, I think that's just your brain trying to make these connections.
I think is that also that we don't know this film.
Yeah.
So we don't know if the other, because we've said this a couple of times with other films where, who's taking the ideas off of who. So you know, there's the. You know, with the Cyclopses.
Yeah.
Totally Minions.
Yeah.
Like, Minions have totally taken for that. In my books, that kind of...
You're right
it's
about
almost
that.
the same with, like, the dungarees almost.
Yeah, and the I think 100% when you said they're Minions, I thought, bloody hell, yeah, they're like mechanical versions of Minions.
Yeah, and like they almost talk like them a little bit as well when they were...
Definitely Minionettes. So. That was a good call. I mean, I think... The only thing... You know, I have zero nostalgia for this film, so I was watching it as a kind of... You know, without that filter, and I think I liked it, and I'd watch it again. But what I found was I wasn't really in. And actually, coming back from that, there was like the bit of like D&D, like a D&D party, getting the party back together to one last adventure. Yeah. But I think what I found that I didn't feel I really felt invested in them. Like there's a lot of action sequences, but I never felt there was much character development because he was always like kind of like Flashman-esque going, "I'll just win it and we'll win," you know. And the kid was always whinging at him, "Come on, Baron, we got to get on with it." I think they needed a moment where I don't know. I guess that was the bit on the ship when he was giving up. And she was meant to save him. We felt invested. Yeah. I think we got that moment a bit when he gave himself up. That was the first time he did something like almost like completely selfless. And like kind of vulnerable. So
I wonder if part of that is just because for quite a lot of that he got younger a couple of times, but most of the time during that he was playing a bit of a doddery old fool that everyone just thought was just slightly demented. Yeah. And you know, he's just this crazy old man that's just and to the point where he got the walk down right as well for me when he was like walking along kind of he had that kind of old man walk type. So yeah, I wonder if that's part of that kind of lack of because I feel the same. So it's certainly a film that we both watched and we both enjoyed and chatted. Yeah. We chatted quite a lot through it, didn't we? And kind of go, oh, this reminds me of this, and which I think is you know I think it's a good thing if either this film is taken from other films because it knows it's a good thing, or other films have taken from this film, and actually it's almost like we weren't aware of this film, and actually there's a lot of films that have used it for inspiration. So, I mean,
it's like I remember thinking like The Princess Bride when Columbo, whatever his name is, he goes to put away the book and go, "Oh, you don't want this, you don't want to know the kissy stuff or whatever." He goes, "Oh no, tell me." And it basically felt like. I felt like that. I felt like the kid. No, I want to hear the end of the story.
Or the tickling of the toes.
The tickling of the toes was hilarious, actually. Yeah, that was funny.
That was very good, man. It's just yes, the king is in bed with the queen tickling her toes. And the two boys look at each other, and then sure enough, he actually is tickling her toes.
Yeah, that was funny. I mean, I think they were it was fun, but again, I think it was just this like in these various films had the same format of the kid narrating the thing. I felt like I wanted them to win, but I don't know. I felt like the Baron was just going through. I think there just was a bit of a. I think the way it was filmed, it just didn't have a. I didn't feel that a strong emotional connection to the Baron or the kid. Anyway, that's my main criticism.
I think, to be fair, for me, I sometimes have a little bit of a problem when it's kids kind of narrating films sometimes, because you kind of just go, oh, it's just going to be, it's not going to be that adult,
right?
And just almost by definition, because there were a couple of bits at the beginning, when Death was up and kind of coming towards the little girl, but in different cutscenes. And I was like, oh gosh, I hope they didn't let her watch that, because that's actually nightmare-inducing, isn't it, for kids? So I think
she probably saw the set, so probably maybe.
But it's kind of that type of thing. I think is just that removes that investment, because it's you have the kid involvement in it, I think. So then quite a lot of it then is almost kind of maybe too fantastical.
Yeah, but maybe it's because we're all bastards these days, rather than like if we were 12 we'd be seeing it through her eyes more.
Yeah, well, maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's the whole thing there, where we don't have that investment.
Yeah.
That kind of and that nostalgia for it.
Yeah.
Where we haven't had it, where we did watch it as kids.
Yeah, because I empathise with the Wonder Years kid, because when I watched it I was about his age. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. But I enjoyed it. I'm glad I watched it. But
it's a cracking film. I really enjoyed it. I think, and this is also one that we could probably watch with the kids.
Yep. I
think will they stay engaged with it for all the time? They don't even stay engaged with stuff that they're really, really excited about and kind of want to watch. So
it's too immersive stuff, because this feels very 2D, whereas these days it feels very, very much close-ups and.
Fight!
All right. What about might as well do the bingo. There's a little bit of animal cruelty.
There was definitely some animal cruelty.
That horse was definitely hauled up on a winch at one point and made to jump into
pushed into water and stuff. And then, although I think it was trained, because obviously you can get, but the way it was sat down when they were having that little planning meeting,
the sitting horse.
Yeah,
what was that about?
Real, that was cool.
That was a bit weird.
And then blowing the mouse at the poor little mouse. I think they
probably, I don't know. Yeah, was it really shocked? Do you think it was hung by its tail?
Yeah.
But anyway, it's probably not. I don't know. I don't know what mice feel, to be perfectly honest.
Well,
I guess there was a bit of a novelty weapon with a big chopper.
Yeah, that was quite good. And the guy and some of it actually. So some of the effects. So like the executioner with his eyes sewn shut. So that was fairly thing. The little Oompa Loompa guy who we did thing, he had his pen. There was a flap of skin on his forehead, wasn't there, that he kept his pen in? So that was. I mean, it wasn't. I think, but
I thought some of the physical effects were pretty good, like the actual play at the beginning in the playhouse where they did the waves.
Yeah, that was really good.
Wow.
I was quite impressed by that,
because they weren't graphics. I thought a lot of the clouds and the bits with the the stuff with the Mork and Mindy dude with the cardboard cut up houses and even his head. I thought it was all quite. Some of that was quite good. 88.
And even getting to the moon. So when they went, they were obviously on water with the stars shining down onto the reflection onto the water, and then it just changed into sand, which was quite good.
So it was quite good. Yeah, I think it's merits another watch, right? Cause,
I think so.
But I think what I don't know whether he was trying to avoid the Monty Python because he was so trying to put a bit of distance there. Because, like I say, I felt it had the elements of fantasy within these bubbles of fantasy within the grounded reality, but there was not that kind of like jarring and for something nothing completely different,
or a foot coming down onto.
Yeah, and it's almost like you deliberately steered away from that. I think
maybe he heard your review of Time Bandits.
Maybe running scared, buddy.
Think so.
But I really love the idea of the guy with the the weights on his feet to stop him running
yeah.
off. I love that idea.
Yeah.
And that was a great heist scene, right?
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to get my dude to, and then the strong guy lifting every possible bit of treasure out of his...
apart from one coin that he just left and kind of deliberately almost to
rub it in. So, okay, we're going to give it some numbers, unless you've got anything more.
Is there anything else I think? So, climbing scenes, I guess up to the moon, but not kind of classic climbing scenes.
Actually, cyclopses, there were some cyclopses. Definitely.
And the crazy three-headed buzzard thing with a leopard's tail.
Oh yeah,
but it was clockwork.
Just
for kind of fantastical beasts.
You mean kind of, and also it's probably stop motion, right? I actually don't know. It's probably just a big puppet, right?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't think there was any stop motion.
Kind of almost, Jabberwocky-esque, wasn't it?
Anyone come to a kind of gratuitous end? Probably. I love the bit where he chops all the generals' heads off.
Yeah, that was kind of funny. The soldiers that got blown up at the beginning. Yeah. Sorry, again, and when you were saying about the physical kind of things, it's the physical effects.
Yeah.
So, I think just before the soldiers get blown up, when there's explosions on the battlements and stuff, kind of looks like stuff is coming at them. It was so in effect it was really good.
Yeah. In fact, I don't know whether they actually just blew up polystyrene.
Yeah, maybe.
And it looked really, really convincing.
Yeah.
I thought the physical effects were really, because I don't think
even the dance. I thought the dance scene was quite good. You know, when they were going around the ballroom.
Just had it done.
Just got it done. Looks good. And then him trying to dance afterwards as well.
They used to cover him for him.
When all of his minions.
Oh, here we go again, Catherine the Great.
Right, come on, let's go. Yeah, that was good actually. We never got to the Russian Queen, did we? Properly to see his adventures there. So there's other adventures obviously that he could have had.
I did wonder if they were working on thought of a sequel. Yeah, a bunch of these.
But yes, but the dance scene there. So that was, I was trying to look for the wires and stuff to see if I could see them.
Oh yeah.
When they were doing their bits there. So.
Yeah, the one you can definitely see those wires in Highlander, but I didn't notice them in this.
No, I didn't at all.
Probably same era, right? This is 88. At the same time.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. Should we go? How can I be so bad at remember? We're on Dragons still, right?
Still on Dragons, yeah. Ooh, okay. Is this the last Dragons? Is this something new for the new year?
We should think about. Maybe think about a new one. I don't know.
Maybe.
Just so we can spare everyone the pain of us trying to.
Yeah, maybe we could actually.
We just go back to stars. Yeah. Swords were easy. I like swords.
Swords were quite easy, although I think we did add extra bits and pieces.
We did a bit.
And daggers and stuff.
Rightio. Okay, well, I don't know whether you want to go first or I'll go.
You go. Do you want to go first this time?
I'll go first. I liked it. I didn't love it, but I think I enjoyed all the scenes, so I'm going to give it 4 ancient.
This is a difficult one.
I was thinking of that vulture thing, right? But yeah, I'm going to give it. Yeah. Royal Dragons.
We really struggle every time with this, and we just need to get some rules down there.
We just need a better system, Frank. We just need to abandon dragons. Okay, I'm going to get 4 ancient dragons.
Yep.
And a mature subadult. I'm going to get 4.6.
4.6.
I don't know if you feel that's a bit harsh.
No. I think it's a good score. Especially, I think it's a good score for a film that we've never seen before.
Zero nostalgia, yeah.
And I think it's not for us. It's not the most amazing film in the whole world. I think you'd probably struggle maybe to call it that. There might be some people that just think this is the best film ever.
I bet if you had this is it. I think if you had nostalgia for it, that would give you a couple of pips.
Yeah.
And for me, if I just didn't feel engaged. I reckon if this film had sucked me in wanting him to win and save the people. See, I didn't care whether they saved the people in the town. I didn't feel.
I mean, every time he said, "Oh, everyone's fine," and then it kind of went back and it wasn't fine at all, was it? Which was, just
quite fine.
And that kind of ended up being a thing. I think possibly what they missed was kind of the laugh out loud scenes as much because they could have done that a lot more. And when they did do it, they did it very well.
Yeah. I just wonder if they rode back from the laughs because of that. I was just wondering if they were a bit worried about being too funny because of the Monty Python link.
Well, it's probably because they heard your review, bro.
but again, I think for me, I didn't care whether they saved the town or not. and that's why.
Yeah,
that's why. Like in Neverending Story, I cared that the world was being destroyed and being taken over.
But then it's because it was our world. Although it was America, but
yeah,
it was our world.
Yeah, but so I guess maybe I don't like the
Actually, it wasn't our world.
Were they meant to be French? These people. They could have got a French vibe from them.
It was a French vibe, but you're like, whereabouts in France was that? Because it was the Turks, isn't that
Turks
normally? Normally Spain, isn't it?
Yeah,
it
is.
For that?
But so I think basically I think I would have loved it a lot more if I cared that the city was saved.
Yeah.
They just felt like they were all like kind of grotty, bad people that, not bad people, but they just didn't feel like good people that needed saving.
Yeah, I think they missed out on the opportunity to kind of get them more on his side in the theatre and have him have them all kind of supporting him.
Yeah, just that. Yeah, I like the girl, but she was kind of safe while she was out in the city.
Yeah.
So I wanted someone to. Yeah, I think that's what was missing for me. Otherwise, I think I could have. I think it could have been an ace if it was.
Oh, really?
A good score, but I just didn't. Because I love the fantasy elements, how they swap from the different scenes.
Yeah.
That I love, but I just didn't connect with it.
Yeah. So I think for me then, again, obviously for ancient red dragons, doing red because of his coat.
Right, good.
All the way through. So I did that.
Yep.
And then, yeah, I think probably along the same kind of line. So kind of mature, adult dragon. So I'm good. To be honest, I know the thing now. 4.65.
A bit more.
Just because I didn't want to be exactly the same, because otherwise it's slightly.
Just like you're copying me,
slightly
right?
Lazy. But just I think as we've discussed, there were a lot of they didn't rely too heavily on any because they couldn't. But there was a lot of the stuff was physical.
Yeah, I like that.
They did. Physical effects, but I think we've already kind of gone over that quite a few times. Where unless it's, I think the only times when it's been any good is if it's been almost cartoony effects. So like the dragon in Conan that came from the smoke and stuff, or the demons in Highlander and stuff. I think otherwise, unless it's stop motion, you're going to struggle to get anything.
But they did have some whales sort of swimming around the stars. I was wondering what that was about.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was about.
Because I wondered if they were going to jump onto those to get back down to earth, but obviously they didn't. But so yeah, as I say, I think will I watch it again? Yes. Will I watch it again tomorrow? No. Mm-hmm. It will be. I could
maybe next Christmas, buddy.
Yeah.
Give it a second chance at Christmas. Apparently, it's a Christmas film.
Apparently,
there's definitely nothing Christmas about it, other than like maybe it's shown at Christmas, like Chitty Chitty Bang Bang's a Christmas film.
Yeah, and actually, that's how we were saying as well. There were a few things there where you have that kind of mundane stuff, and then the fantastical elements that kind of come
like
into
Mary
it.
Poppins.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's how I felt.
Bed knobs and broomsticks.
Yeah.
That's a proper Christmas movie.
Yeah, so I loved all the ideas in it. For me just didn't quite click.
No,
it's almost like they should remove a scene and then basically get more character interaction.
Yeah, but what scene would you remove?
I don't know. I can't even remember the scenes right now.
Because I think it's another one of those ones where it's quite a long film, so just over 2 hours.
Yeah.
Maybe made a little bit longer by me, but anyway, we won't go into that.
3 weeks this time, man. What's that about?
It's not my fault, man. Not my fault. But I don't know. I still felt that it was a movie worthwhile. There was nothing where I kind of felt this is wasting my time.
I really loved I enjoyed watching it, and next time I watch it, I might be just a bit less analytical and just go with it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know, dude. Anything else you got on the?
Well, I think obviously I've not had time to study the Clydesdale calendar, but I'm pretty sure there were Clydesdales in there.
When?
There were loads of Clydesdales.
There was only one horse in it, right?
There was tons. There's like all of the cavalry charges and all the other stuff where they were around the circle.
Oh yeah, there were quite horses. I just thought there was the white horse.
Relatively sure they were all Clydesdales.
You had 12 months, buddy. I hope that calendar's got facts. How to spot a Clydesdale 101. I should have bought one for myself. Thinking about it.
Man. Well, maybe, mate, it's not too late. It's not too late. I can always see what I can do for you.
You're gonna get me like one about like Patagonian ponies and say, yes, stallion, it's a Clydesdale, right? Right. Anyway, okay, dude. Thanks, Spencer, mate. That was a
great choice. A great choice.
Great choice. Thanks for all your efforts these years, plucking out these films for us, and thanks also to all the other people joining in. So always a treat to hear the comments. And
nice to see that we're not in the basement anymore at the very end of the thing there. So
this one's gone quite long, dude. Given we didn't even have we didn't even do a pre-run.
Just a quick thing of just Merry Christmas to everyone.
Oh yeah.
I hope everyone has a festive time.
Yeah.
And everyone stays nice and well.
Yep. Ditto.
I look forward to films next year.
Yeah, definitely. Okie doke. Cheers, fellas. Cheers, fella. Happy Christmas to you too, buddy.
Christmas to you.
Bonk.